Okay, let's not delay. Let's get started here this morning. All right, thank you for joining us again for this edition of Works with DW Spectrum. So I'm Patrick Kelly. I'm with Digital Watchdog, and today we're going to talk to our new technology partnership. We're going to talk to our new DW Spectrum and Wasabi. We'll talk about the ISC coming up in a couple of weeks, not a couple of years, as it's shown there. And then we'll do a Q&A. If anybody has any questions, please use the Q&A. We'll try to answer any questions at the end of the Wasabi presentation, as well as at the end of the presentation overall. Also, keep in mind, we will be recording this, and it will be available for replay. And as all of our webinars they're on our website. You can check them out, and you can check out the upcoming webinars that we have planned as well. So this morning, I'm going to introduce the team from Wasabi. And so this morning, we're joined by Danny Collins, as well as Jocelyn Scribner, and I'm going to mess up your name, Jocelyn. I'm so sorry. So Danny's going to take us through Wasabi and their technology and the partnership with Digital Watchdog. Anyway, Danny, are you out there? Can you hear me?
I am. Thanks, Patrick.
There you are. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing here and let you jump in.
Perfect.
Go for it.
All right, here. And let's make sure we can put it in presenter view here. All right, you can see that okay?
Awesome.
Perfect. All right. So I'm Danny Collins, product marketing manager here at Wasabi, specifically focused on video surveillance and just a lot of the content messaging around the space. I'm also joined today by Jocelyn Scribner. Jocelyn, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you. Pleasure to be here. Jocelyn Scribner, video surveillance sales resource here at Wasabi Technologies. Thank you everyone for joining. It's a pleasure to be here to introduce Wasabi, the industry's leading pure play cloud storage provider. For those of you who aren't familiar with Wasabi, we're low cost, high performance, secure cloud storage. It's one product with predictable and straightforward pricing, faster than the competition, and supports virtually every cloud storage application. Our value proposition is really focused on providing the optimal price, performance, and protection. And we're going to dig into those value propositions and differentiators in just a little bit. But to give you a little bit more background on the organization, who pioneered Wasabi? That would be these gentlemen you see here, the founders of Carbonite. Over the past 5 years, they've grown Wasabi Technologies, a Boston-based company, into a strong organization garnering attention and loyalty from over 35,000 customers and 10,000 plus partners across the globe. And with the addition of new secure data centers, right now we have 9 globally, with more on the way. We're really expanding our global footprint to satisfy the storage needs of customers, no matter where they are in the world. And because, as you all must know, managing storage growth specifically for video surveillance is a challenge for customers, just given the increased number of high resolution cameras and retention periods. It's really all driving greater demand for larger storage capacities. So we're thrilled by our partnership with Digital Watchdog to offer customers a more superior VMS and cloud storage solution for their video surveillance data. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Danny to dive a little bit into our hybrid cloud storage model.
Thanks, Jess. Appreciate it. So this is how Wasabi is addressing the video surveillance market with DW Spectrum. So we like to use a hybrid cloud model to help tier off and archive video from your primary storage on-prem to the cloud. So how are we going to do that? So you have your video that's being captured by the cameras. It's going into your recording server. In that server, you have your DW Spectrum VMS. You have a CloudBridge software, and that CloudBridge software, and with DW Spectrum and Wasabi, we work closely with a partner of ours called Tiger Technologies that uses a product called Surveillance Bridge. That bridge translates the video files to object storage. So you're able to use different policies set through this bridge to pull video back from Wasabi and push video into Wasabi very seamlessly. So it honestly just looks like a normal file, a normal folder sitting on your local drive, and it's transparent to the VMS. So it's a very, very cool technology, and that's how we're able to help organizations scale their solution. So like Jasmine was mentioning, there's a lot of challenges right now with storage because of the increase in resolutions, frame rates, and then these looming retention periods as well. All of these things are leading to a burden on storage, which is becoming very expensive. Organizations are now having to make the decision of whether to buy a new piece of hardware and expand that physical footprint, or look for alternatives. And that's where Wasabi comes in. Some of the benefits of the hybrid cloud model: you have an open architecture, so you can really customize the solution for that best of breed technology, really making sure that you have the best overall video surveillance solution out there. And then with that instant scalability, so you're able to add cameras with higher frame rates, add cameras with higher resolutions, and not have to worry about the burden that it's putting on your physical storage, because you're able to archive that video to the cloud. So when your primary storage hits a certain capacity limit, or you can do it by setting a specific number of days or hours that you want to move video off. So we have a lot of customers that will set anywhere from 3 to 10 days that the video will be sitting on their local server. And then after that time period, that 3 days, it will automatically move that video off into the cloud. We have school districts, right, that they'll find that if there's no bullying incidents or vandalism that happens within that time that the video is sitting locally in that 3 days, that video most of the time is not going to be needed to be accessed. So they're going to push that video off into the cloud for the remainder of that retention period, where it's sitting in low cost storage. And then it can sit out its remainder of that retention period until it's deleted. And then lastly, you have your video protection, right? So with a hybrid cloud model, you have this air gap solution. So your DW Spectrum VMS is sitting on-prem, and it's air gap from the cloud with Wasabi. So if your server goes down for any reason, any video that's sitting up in Wasabi can be rehydrated back to that server in minutes. One of the best features that Wasabi also offers is immutability, which we'll get into a little bit deeper on our security page. But as far as performance goes, like I was saying, you have this instant access to video. So you're able to move video at the click of a mouse. You're also able to scrub video. So any video that's sitting in Wasabi, it looks seamless playback when you're scrubbing through video, even though it's still coming from the cloud. Our architecture is built for this exabyte scale storage. So with video, you need to make sure that you're having very high performing storage. And with Wasabi, you get that. We also offer a lot of different benchmark testing on our website against other cloud providers, where it shows how great our performance actually is. And then with security, like I was mentioning before, all of our video is encrypted in transit and at rest. And we have very strong identity and access management and multi-factor authentication. And then we also offer, what I was saying was immutable storage. So on the bucket level, meaning that any file that goes into a container, or what we call a bucket, that bucket can be locked. So all those video files that are sitting in that bucket, they cannot be modified in any way. They cannot be deleted accidentally or maliciously. So it's the ultimate advantage when it comes to data security, especially from any cyber threat, ransomware attack, or even just a disgruntled employee that wants to make some changes. So a lot of our law enforcement agencies, or even just any industry that wants to take that ultimate protection, it really ensures the chain of custody of video. So all of these different security features that we offer with Wasabi Cloud meet, and all of our data centers meet those different industry privacy and security standards and compliance regulations, as you can see on the slide. So it's not only our performance and security that's a different differentiator for us, but price is a really big one when it comes to Wasabi and its differentiators. Not only price, but complexity. So Wasabi is one tier of storage. It's at archived tier pricings, but it's all hot storage. So compare it to an AWS S3 standard, where an S3 standard is around $23 per terabyte per month. Wasabi is $5.99 per terabyte per month, and that's just capacity. With AWS and the other cloud providers, they have different tiers of storage. So as you move down on those tiers, the price may decrease, but it's a lot harder to get your video back. So, if you're going into a Glacier or a deep archive in AWS, it could take anywhere from 5 to 15 hours to get that video back. And that does not work with the video surveillance space. You need instant on-demand access for that video, so you can, play back whenever you need to. What also doesn't work with video surveillance is being charged for things like egress or API requests. So all of these different cloud providers, they charge these micro charges. Anytime you want to take your video back, ask to get your video back, all these different object requests, all of these little hidden charges add up. And that's what you can see here with a storage cost for 1 petabyte of storage. And that's just with 20% of data egress per year. And you can see how much that actually adds up compared to Wasabi, because at Wasabi, we don't charge for egress. We don't charge for API requests. It's only one tier of storage. So you don't need to go to a cloud school to figure it out. It's just $5.99 per terabyte per month. You're just paying for that capacity. So it's very predictable in pricing. I'm going to turn it over to Jazz here, so she can walk you through the different ways that you can purchase Wasabi and a little bit more about our predictable pricing.
Thanks, Danny. There are 2 ways that you can buy Wasabi. So we have pay as you go and reserved capacity storage, as you see here. So pay as you go is where customers pay based on the storage that they consume at the end of the billing cycle, whereas reserved capacity storage gives the customer greater discounts based on term and capacity. So they would commit and pay upfront to anywhere from 1 to 5 years. And in this case, they'll be paying less than list price of that $5.99 a terabyte. So as a Wasabi partner, you can choose to purchase Wasabi storage through one of our distributors, or you can simply contract directly with Wasabi. And let's end with, the value to you. Our job really is to help you make money while satisfying your customer storage needs. So as a thank you for bringing us into your opportunities, we really love to reward our partners with spiffs or gift cards or swag, so you and your customers really can reap the benefit of working with Wasabi. But secondly, there's no shortage of sales and marketing resources. We have a very robust partner portal that's full of self-paced trainings, email templates, co-brandable assets to enable sales efforts. And of course, we have dedicated resources to support any customer calls as needed. And lastly, the value that we really bring to you and your customers is, as Danny has kind of mentioned, speaking on price, is lowering their total cost of ownership. By leveraging Wasabi, you'll not only be able to sell more digital Watchdog products, but you'll be able to help customers really reinvest in what's ultimately driving and optimizing their business. So thank you again very much for your time today. We look forward to working with you. And here's a couple resources on the Wasabi team that you can reach out to if you have any questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. So again, anybody have any questions on the technology? Open it up for questions. I see somebody raised their hand and then took it down. Anyone else?
Hey, Patrick, it was Tim who raised his hand, Tim Shiner.
I know, but he took it down, Paul.
Oh, okay. All right. He can type in his question. He's shy.
No
Yeah.
problem. They can email us separately, of course, if they have questions.
Ah.
And thank you, Paul and Patrick, very much.